Last winter, I watched in horror as the tube train doors trapped the pom-pom of my bobble hat and carried it off into the darkness of the underground.
These two.
So you were getting on the tube, or how did it... Tell us more.
Well, the tube...
I'll rephrase that. Tell us anything you can think of.
OK, fine. The London Tube network opened in the 1860s.
All right, I'll rephrase it. Specifically about this story.
Yeah. I was trying to get on a train, I was late, and I always run head forwards. Because it's the most aerodynamic way.
Yes.
I didn't want to miss this train because I'd have to wait 2 minutes for the next one. Right. So I was willing to take any sort of risk.
Which door were you going to run through? The double door?
The living room door. It was a double door,
right.
You know.
I enjoyed him in Harry Potter.
Double door.
Oh, I see, sorry.
I'm there for you, Rob. I'm there for you.
Thank you. I thought I was having a stroke.
Now, talk us through what happens, actually. It's now trapped?
Yeah, the hat's trapped. Because the doors are shut, I, perhaps foolishly, or perhaps sensibly, you be the judge, but I'll have to say what it is first. I sort of recoil.
Yeah.
And that removes the hat. And then I go... There's the hat hanging there.
And off
and I thought, at that point, there's no point putting my head back in.
Well, look, David, I've got a bobble hat down here.
Oh, may I keep it?
Would you like to put it on?
Yeah.
Yes.
And try and reenact for us?
Let's see you run.
Yeah. OK.
OK.
They'll have to redo my hair after this. That'll be an hour of your lives you're not getting back.
Right.
OK, all right.
These are my doors.
Yeah.
OK? How fast are you going to run at me?
Slower than you think.
OK. OK.
Yeah.
Ready?
You will be able to see me coming.
So you... Did you just wink at me?
Yes, I did.
Are you flirting with me?
I've never really known what flirting is, but let's see what happens and then we'll know.
Train's going to go now.
Okay,
all the
ready?
passengers are on board. Please stand clear of the doors. Oh, hang on! This is my only speaking bit. Let me say it.
Will you cue me when you finish your monologue?
I'll wink at you. Stand clear of the doors. Stand clear.
I mean, obviously, in reality, I was hurrying down the escalators. I wouldn't like people to think
Go
that
up
I...
Go up there! There's stairs there!
That's not how the underground works.
Stand clear of the doors. Stand clear of the doors.
Yeah.
You've missed it. It's gone. It's gone. Try again.
Again.
The next one.
You've got to listen. Stand clear of the doors. The doors are closing. Stand clear of the doors. The doors are closing. The doors are closing. Yes?
Exactly.
Lee's team, is it true?
No, David seemed to really have to make a lot of effort there to try and get through the tube doors.
Do you think David would run
Head
for
first.
the tube head first?
No, I don't think anyone would.
No.
Yeah, I think it's a lie.
So, they think it's a lie. Were you lying or were you telling the truth?
Well, I was lying.
Yes, it's a lie. David didn't trap his pom-pom in the tube doors.
Whenever I travel by tube, I look around the carriage to decide who I'd eat first. If we were a group of people stranded on a desert island.
Really?
I hope this isn't true, Germaine.
Although we are now all doing it.
Yeah.
I think we all know what we're thinking.
So it's not going to end well for me.
The thing about you is we could eat you and make a raft out of the bones. So, Germaine, is this a thing you only do on the tube?
Well, you know how, I mean, you can sit in the tube, stupefied with boredom, and ask yourself what everyone would look like undressed. And that is just so depressing a thought that I started to work variations on this theme and thinking, you know, who looks toothsome?
Toothsome?
Yes. Who would you like to sink your teeth into?
I thought looking toothsome meant you had a lot of teeth.
Well, you thought wrong.
Really? Did I really?
How do you make the judgment call, then? Is it just the fattest, or...?
No, it's not just the fattest, because they're probably the least interesting. You might decide...
Interesting.
Doesn't matter how
Well,
interesting
because
you're
it's just
eating.
lard. Unfortunately, it's positively correlated with youth.
So you like the idea of eating you?
Imagine, Germaine, we're all on the tube together.
Hang on, she's eyeing me up here. She's fully eyeing me up.
In which order do you eat us?
Well, Germaine is quite right. He has to go first. He's the fittest.
That's an
He's
assumption.
Thank you very much.
So you're starting with Germaine. All right, we'll allow you that. Who do you turn to next?
I think it'd probably be Alan next.
It's hard to know if it's a compliment or not, isn't it?
Do you remember that feeling at school when you were lined up and they were picking the football team? And the only thing you could think was, I better not be last. It's happening again!
So you've had Germaine and Alan. Who would you go to next?
Oh, David, I think.
Thank you.
It does feel like an honour, doesn't it?
It does. I'm very proud to finish in the top half of the table.
Why would you go to... Why, for Lord's sake, would you go to David before me, to a lesser extent Lee, and Richard? Why?
I think Richard would be a bit difficult to handle, to manage.
So you've got the three of us left. Who's next?
And it'd be a matter of how one cooked you. Crackling is what comes to mind.
I don't know if she's insulting me or praising me.
Everybody loves crackling if it's made properly.
Yes, I like that. So it's me next, is it?
Well, yes, maybe. Look, this is getting out of hand, I'm afraid. I'm full already. I'm not even hungry anymore.
Take it a little more seriously, please. So you're left now. You're left with the two stragglers. You've been pushing them round your plate. You really don't want to know. It's, oh, Lee and, oh, Richard. Who do you go to next?
I can't help thinking at this point I'd have probably got off the tube.
It's very easy.
So who was last, just to be sure? For when I get the T-shirts
I
printed.
thought I'd spared Richard.
You spared Richard because you think he's too weak, so
You let him go.
Lee is technically last. Excellent.
So Lee is last, but you refuse to eat Richard at all.
So what's he going to be?
What do we think, Richard?
Well, I think, just look in her eyes. It's so true.
So you both think it's true?
Yeah.
I think it's a lie.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. But I'll go with the majority, because
Okay.
I'm weak.
You're going to say true. Germaine, truth or lie?
Lie.
When I travel by tube, I like to see how many strangers I can make yawn by yawning myself. My record is 9 in one carriage.
David's team.
Well, let's see how good you are at faking a yawn.
Oh, that's good.
Although I have been speaking, so it's not a test.
Gabby's gone. Gabby's gone.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm feeling a bit.
I yawned earlier when you were talking about it earlier.
That's good, you know, David.
This
Brilliant.
would be great for the trail. Coming up on BBC One.
Yeah.
Your record was, what was it?
9.
9, and how long a tube journey was that?
I think I started at Cockfosters, and I think I'd ended up at Piccadilly Circus. I remember where I was going, actually.
You started at Cockfosters?
That's the end of the line, isn't it? Yeah, that's right, at the end of the line.
Do you live at Cockfosters?
I live thereabouts.
The reason I'm inquiring about Cockfosters is that obviously it's a well-known station name.
Yes.
Because all of the Piccadilly line trains going in one direction are going to Cockfosters. And I think
Going
therefore...
from Cockfosters is
Or going from. Obviously,
madness to you.
I'm aware that you have to... The same number of trains have to come from there as go to there, otherwise they'll end up stockpiling. No, I'm not denying that many trains emanate from cockfosters. What I'm thinking, though, is that you were thinking, oh, what tube journey could this have been? And the name cockfosters came into your head because you've seen it so many times on the display in the station. And that's making me think that you're lying.
When I say to people about that end of the line, people just, it's like it's Brigadoon. It's not, it's there. Yeah. People live there, there are lovely houses.
No. Cockfosters is a fictional place. Like Barney.
That's where Fisher lives.
When you yawn, Diane, do you, in order to draw attention to the fact that you're yawning and spread your yawn, more effectively, do you make any noise? Do you just do a...
Yawning isn't the noisiest of...
Oh, you can do it noisy. I do it.
See,
I do it to let...
So I yawn. My wife loves it.
For the great... That's all. Yawn like...
That's all yawn.
That's not more! I often say when I yawn. Kill me now! I say when I'm tired.
Diane, one thing that troubles me about this is that you are, because of EastEnders, a very recognisable face.
Yeah.
I would have thought you'd be wanting to...
We yawn.
Not draw... Well, I'm not saying nobody in EastEnders yawns. Certainly the viewers, for one. What I'm saying is... What I'm saying is that someone who is in the public eye often doesn't want to draw attention to themselves.
Interesting enough, of course, if you're yawning, you look less like yourself. So it could be a way of not drawing attention to yourself by going...
I don't think, Lee, that at any point...
I genuinely do that. If I'm in a situation, like, where there's... It's not often it happens, but people recognise me, I'll slightly change the shape of my face. I'll sort of go... Mack, I'll go. My name's Fisher. I live in Cockfosters.
So what are you going to say, David?
It could be true. My instinct is that it's not.
I know. I think she was so genuinely enthusiastic when she told it, and if she's only just seen that and it's a lie, then I'm not sure she'd have quite that enthusiasm.
But she is an actress.
Yeah.
So, in EastEnders...
How very I'm going yes.
You think it's... So your instinct is it's true, and your instinct is it isn't?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think it's not true. That's my instinct.
Okay, so I'm 2 to 1.
So we're going to say we think it's a lie.
Diane, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Oh, well.
Yes, it's a lie. Diane does not see how many strangers she can make yawn when she travels by tube.